Fancy bumping into you here. I just finished recording a similar video to this for the other channel, the Dave's Lemons. And so I'll say the same thing here. I do apologize if you saw the notification pop up and you thought that another true crime video had been uploaded, and then you click on it and this is all you get. Just me rambling. So I apologize in advance for that. I hope you like my squeaky chair. I'm very conscious of this setup I have right now. Super last minute decision to record this, so thus the potato for a camera. My pajamas, all of that. It's near the end of the day. I've got about an hour left of the day. It's Christmas Day for me, and I wanted to say Merry Christmas to you and thank you for being here, and wish you a Happy New Year coming up. I hope this year's been good, and I hope that the one coming is even better. I was gonna throw a few updates in here about the channel, just let you know some things that are going on. The main one would be, so the most recent video that I did, the Darrell Brooks Christmas parade attack, that when I was watching the trial footage for that, I actually did that with my Patreon members. So I streamed the process of watching every day of testimony, and it was a really enjoyable experience. It was nice to have people to watch that with, and I think I'm going to share that. I think I'm going to do some live streams, some public ones, so not just Patreon exclusive. So very soon, maybe not the next trial video I work on, but the one after that. So let's say end of January, start of February, you might see the old Dave's Lemonade is alive. And if you see that, jump in. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like. I just watch the witnesses testify. Sometimes I comment on it. Sometimes I get distracted and ramble. I actually got distracted a lot and rambled quite a lot. I guess like I'm doing now. But yeah, that's something that you might see coming up, some live streams. More than likely it'll happen. I'm pretty confident it'll happen. Some live streams, and if trial footage is your thing, you'll have a group of people to watch it with. Or just me and you. If no one comes, if it's just you who comes, then it'll be me and you watching it. I'm going to be watching it anyway, so if you want someone to watch something with, it'll be there. I'll let you know in advance what trial that's going to be and when that's going to take place. Probably a community post, something like that. I do have a number of trials that... My little doggy is making some noise. I do have a number of trials lined up. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but I've written some down just so I would remember. I know that the Courtney Clenny trial should be happening sometime next year. She was the OnlyFans model who killed her boyfriend, stabbed him. I found that one to be... I think that one's going to be interesting. There's a trial I've been looking at for quite a while. The lady's name is Joanna Madonna, and she killed her husband, I believe. But from memory, she takes the stand for it's similar to an Anthony Tote situation. She's on the stand for a long time, and from what I hear, she's quite the character. So I think that video would be more like a character study trial, but that one I've been looking at for quite a while. Ahmaud Arbery, I wanted to dive into that one. I know a lot of people have already looked into that case, but I still wanted to dive into it. I think it's a very important / interesting one to look at. Who else we got? Serial killer, David Cortez. And for anyone who's been watching the channel for a while, the Bestman Okafor, if you remember, he got sentenced, he got the death penalty. And very shortly after that trial concluded, the jury wasn't unanimous on him being sentenced to death, and the Florida law changed, so requiring the jury to be unanimous. And so Bestman needs to be resentenced, and that's been going on for about 10 years now. The father of the victim in that case, Raphael, he's reached out to me, and I actually speak to him, I wouldn't say frequently, but I've spoken to him a few times over the last month or two. And as soon as there's some information occurring with that case, I'll definitely be making another video about that, because all of the cases I work on, they hit me pretty hard, and they always leave a mark on me. But the Bestman Okafor case, whenever I think of, if somebody, say I'm in my everyday life, somebody asks me, hey, what do you do? Or what sort of videos do you work on? I generally always think of the Bestman case. One of the, it's up there as the one I think of. It hit me really hard when I worked on that one. Something about the brother and sister that survived, really reminded me of my sister, the relationship I have with my sister. And the boy who didn't survive, he just, the pain that family felt, I don't know why it hit me so hard, but it really did. The rage that is coming through his father. I suppose if I ever had a son or a daughter and anything like that happened to them, I would feel the same rage. So I like to keep my level-headed hat on whilst I'm working on the videos, but I can be emotional too, you know? And if my little one got hurt, I don't think I would be too rational about what's occurring there. So yeah, that's some future trials that I'll be working on. If anyone has any recommendations for trials, most of my videos that I work on are trials. I do make exceptions for stories. The reason being, I like to have trial testimony, or I like to have court documents. If I don't have those two things, then I generally won't look at the case, but I do make exceptions to that. And with that in mind, anyone who recommends any cases, if people send me emails, people send me messages on Instagram, comment sections, I screenshot them all, and I put them all in a big list of cases to look at in the future. So if anyone has any recommendations for any cases, please feel free to shoot them over. I appreciate it. It actually helps me out a lot, because it reduces the time that I have to spend looking for new cases. On that same train of thought, I really wanted to say thank you to everyone who leaves comments on the videos. I cannot respond to them all, and it really irks me. It really bothers me. Sometimes I'll be on my way to going to do something, and I'll be in a hurry, and I'll, for whatever reason, decide to check the comments, and I'm walking to my car, and I see a comment that it really bothers me that I can't respond to it in that moment. And inevitably what happens is that I go about my day, I do my thing, and then when I go back to look for that comment, I can't find it, or I've forgotten the name of the person who left it, so I can't search for it. So I really wanted to say thank you to everyone for leaving comments and caring enough, to being passionate enough, even if they're negative comments. I mean, I appreciate, beyond reasons of the algorithm gods liking comments, beyond that, me personally, I'm not a commenter. When I'm watching YouTube videos, whether I love a video or whether I hate a video, I never leave a comment. So reading your comments is a huge deal to me. It makes me think this person has taken time out of their day to address how they feel, and I want to say thank you for that. If I see your comment and I'm in a place where I can respond, I always will. So thank you for that. Thank you for caring. Another thing which is kind of interesting, you might have heard me shout out a channel a few times now. His name is Scribelight. Really cool channel. And he sometimes does interviews with other true crime creators, notable Matt Orchard. Or Orchard. I should actually know that, but I don't. He's interviewed Matt a few times, maybe once or twice, but Scribe has asked me to go on for an interview, and I really plan on doing that. He's been asking me for a while, and every time we go to do it, something always gets in the way. So like last time we went to do it, the time we had planned to do it, I had 5 broken ribs and COVID at the same time. So we were in no state to do any interviews. But I think I managed to get a video recorded at that. It might have been Jeff Sokol commentary. No. Anyway, I did. I got a video recorded with broken ribs. I do remember that. Sasha Kraus. I think it was Sasha Kraus. Okay. Anyway, sidetracked. Scribe and I will more than likely be doing an interview some point next year, probably early. So I'll put a community post out once that's happening. Once all of these things that I've mentioned are happening, the live streams, the community post, the live streams, the Scribe interview, I'll community post about it. And that's pretty much it. I know I mentioned Patreon earlier. I just want to let everyone know that I've said this before, but I really appreciate everyone that supports me over on Patreon, and I wouldn't be able to work on this channel had it not been for them. They're definitely the lifeblood. I've heard other YouTubers say that the Patreon supporters are the lifeblood of their channel, and I feel that they absolutely are. So I really appreciate that, and thank you all. But in saying that, I also, if anyone loves the channel and they like the videos that I make, but you don't have enough money to support on Patreon, or you're not comfortable supporting on Patreon, please reach out to me and let me know the situation, because I'll always happily share some video links and whatnot in those circumstances. I don't want someone's financial situation or to get in the way of content that you may get something out of. You know, I am apprehensive to say content that you enjoy, because sometimes I don't think that the videos that I make are particularly too enjoyable to watch. But if you get something out of them, if they bring something to your life that you would prefer to have in your life, but you don't have the means to support on Patreon, then please, reach out. We have a great community over in Patreon too. There's a Discord community that it's so beautiful. I mean, I've used Discord a little bit before this, but this is really something else. There's so many different channels. Like, there's a mental health channel if people are struggling with mental health, and we have mental health professionals there that, or the people who work in the field that offer advice, and people who, not only professionals, but just people who have been through a lot and who are really open-minded individuals who are willing to support others. There's a creativity channel, so if you're working on your own stuff, videos, art, anything like that, then you can share it in that channel. Movie suggestions. Anyone wants to discuss To Catch a Predator, you know? It's all there. I think that's about it. I'm kind of running out of things to talk about. Unless you want me to start rambling about a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, there's plenty going on in my life that I can ramble about for hours and hours on end. I'll leave it there. But before I leave it there, actually, I'll bring it back one more time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the time that you spend watching the videos that I make. Thank you for the time you spend, the energy you spend leaving me comments, sending me emails. I apologize if it takes me a while to get back sometimes. I have a few backlogged right now that I need to reply to. And I said this in the other video that I had just made. At this point in time, I have 180,000 subscribers. It's a huge number. It is an enormous number. And I want you to know, I'm speaking directly to you watching right now, that's not lost on me. Every single person that has hit the subscribe button, it is not one number. It's not 180,000 people, and that's not one number to me, or a number that represents a group of people. That's 180,000 individual people that have chosen to follow the work that I do. And I really want to say thank you for that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to be here. And it's made a huge difference in my life. I will leave it. I'll start getting emotional. And we can't be having any of that, can we? I'm going to tap out now, but take care of yourself. Have a Merry Christmas, a safe New Year, have a beautiful New Year, and I truly wish you the best in the year coming. I will see you very soon with some new videos. Take it easy.